This is the Voice of Reason
I
with
dance
Andy
every Friday for
Hoosier.
this.
I did Fridays the best one of the days.
I know, right? Friday.
You gotta get it going. Even if you work on Saturday, Sunday.
Well, good morning to you. Welcome back into the Voice of Reason, hour number 2 of the Voice of Reason, right here on the Big Talker, 1480 on the AM side, 102.5 on the FM side, KQAM. 4 hours. 4 hours. 4 hours.
4 hours. 4 hours.
It's almost done. Robin Lace in studio with the wonderful plethora of guests. Robin, how are you today?
I'm wonderful.
You know, I came to, is this still foggy outside?
Yeah, it's a little foggy.
Here's my theory.
Yeah.
I drove to work at 4:45 this morning. It's it's foggy, it's dark, it's overcast.
Right.
That was the Obama 8-year legacy.
Is
now,
that it?
now,
Okay.
it's going to get warm outside.
All right. And
It's
the
going to
sun's
brighten up.
shine.
By 11 o'clock, once the ceremony happens,
Yeah.
the fog's going to dismantle. It's going
Right.
to clear up and be 50 degrees. And that is going to be the new legacy
Oh, is
of
that-
things opening
the
up, and it's
sun
going to be
is
so
shining.
beautiful. There you go.
Okay.
That's
I
my
like
new
that.
theory.
That works. I like
That works.
That works.
I'm
take it.
sticking to it, dang on it.
Right.
Robin, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm fantastic. I'm excited about so many things. Lots been going on, both obviously here, in our capital. That's been interesting the last several days and nights.
It really
We'll get
has.
to that here in a little bit because I think we hopefully will have a gentleman calling in that I've interviewed before on some big. He's a veteran Marine on some big motorcycle events, so he's kind of a cool contact to have.
So he's actually one of the bikers there because from what I heard, I mean, seeing the number of motorcycles coming in
Yeah.
to DC, I mean, they're going to be the wall
Right.
to protect the ceremonies happening from the protesters.
Right. He did he's done several rides before, Ride to the Wall and different others. Today, when he calls in, he will not be riding. I told him, please, don't be riding, okay? And don't be where, like 1,000 of your biker buddies are, because I can't hear a dang thing. It's roar, 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 roar. That's all I hear.
That would be kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. I'll get you the soundtrack. I still have it. It's
I
like,
love it.
Here's
I
an
love
interview.
There it is.
So that didn't work very well. But no, he won't. He will be riding later, and he rides a lot. So not necessarily when he talks to us, though. No.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, who do we have in studio with us today?
I wanted to bring Randy in. Randy, jump on this mic here, girlfriend. We interviewed Randy on a TV show here in Wichita, Real People, Real Life, and we're going to go back over and finish taping her this morning for that show. But in the process of the first time shooting you and getting to know you and the dog rescue work that you do, animal rescue, so much has happened.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. A lot of you may remember here recently there was the video of the guy, young kid. How old was he?
He was 15 years old, and he also had his 12-year-old brother with him.
And they were the ones that were seen punching the dog as they were walking down the street.
Yeah, punching. It started out with a punch that was landed in the back of the shoulder blade of the dog. Took about 10 steps, and he positioned the dog and kicked it about 7 times straight in the face. So it's pretty brutal. It's very hard to watch and to witness, and to think that any human on this earth is capable of doing that to something that's so soft and gentle.
Right. And so it blew up. I mean, I saw that video that Sunday. Mm-hmm. You got it up pretty quick.
I did, because unfortunately they had kind of fled the scene, and I wasn't able to track kind of where they went.
Right.
And power of Facebook, you throw something like that on Facebook, I mean, in a matter of 24 hours, I knew who they were.
Right.
I knew who they were, where they were, and
Sure.
Was able to get the dog.
How sad. How sad. Now, and again, I prefaced before that I'm not much of a dog person myself, but why would you even do something like that? Just because I'm not a fan of wanting a dog myself, I would never
Animal
treat
cruelty.
an animal like that. Like,
Right.
it's not even fathomable. Why would you do something like that?
It's I can't figure it out, because even if you're not an animal person, just like yourself, I mean, you have to look at it as kind of like a kid. I mean, it's helpless.
Right.
It's helpless. It's voiceless. It's completely at your mercy. So unless you're some person that really has an ego trip that likes to be that almighty and powerful and wants to control something like that, I don't understand it. How you're capable of doing something so mean and hurtful to something so innocent.
What's the latest, man? You got to get us up to speed on this case, and then you've taken on another big profile one too.
I was really excited about this. I chatted with the mom, chatted with the boys. I extended an offer I've never given to anybody, to come and actually work under me and let me train you proper dog handling, proper dog training, and proper dog care. And at the point, the mom was ecstatic. She couldn't believe I would offer this to her boys, and she wanted him to take it. The only rule I had is this would not be a forced arrangement. You either wanted to do it or you didn't. The boys told me they did, and about 3 days before we were supposed to meet up, the boys actually chose to run away. I kept in contact with the family, hoping the boys would show back up before that first Sunday. They did not. They showed up after the Sunday, of course, and I said, I'm still going to extend this one more time. And unfortunately, the sister reached out to me and said, the boys just don't really care.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So they're okay with animal abuse, obviously. So all the good things that we wanted to help with those boys is all out the window.
Unbelievable.
So it's real unfortunate. So
It's
that
really
means
heartbreaking to hear.
It is. And they had these young boys, to me, I mean, I was so appreciative that you made the offer. And I really had a sense of hope that maybe these boys were going to get a life-changing, good turnaround experience. But not at this point. That was very concerning. I mean, what's going to happen now? Will the police step in, and what happens on that point?
I don't know if police are going to, honestly, I don't know if much is going to happen. And that's a shame. And that's in my opinion, that's a shame on Wichita. They are minors, but that doesn't mean that they can't be forced into some sort of community service. I mean, right? It's not going to be with me.
Right.
I'm not going to
They had
extend
that
that
chance.
again. I gave you that chance.
Right.
But they need to have some sort of punishment, because here's what's going to happen. He's 15, 3 years. He's going to be able to walk into KHS, to any breeder, and he's going to buy himself a dog. He's going to take that dog home. It's going to make him mad.
Right.
And we know how that story ends.
Yep.
We've seen.
Use it.
How many cases like this have you seen around the community like this? I mean, is that like a normal thing, or is this kind of a fluke? I mean, what is this?
It is, you don't always see it in action. I see the aftermath. I'm the one that picks the dog up off the ground. I don't always see the actual abuse happen, but there's signs in, I would say, probably close to half of the dogs that I rescue that show me signs of abuse. Be it either neglect from not being fed, or being left out on a chain, or being beat. I mean, and there's signs, and there's clear signs. I mean, I have a dog in my care right now that I don't even like to pick the mop up around him. If I pick the mop up, he thinks for sure I'm going to hurt him. And it's the saddest thing ever. I mean, he hammers himself to the back of the corner and just is shaking. And I've never hurt the dog, but
It's
somebody did.
Somebody
My
did.
in-laws had the same kind of dog. They rescued one like that, and it was with a broom.
Yeah.
And they would just pick up the broom just to sweep, and it would freak. It would start biting at it. It would start barking and just panicking, and it had to have been abused in some way, shape, or form with that broom prior to.
Yeah, and that's horrible. I mean, me as a person, when I look at something like that and see a dog in that much psychological distress, it's sad, because it takes a lot of time to heal that. If they
can. Yeah, I was going to say, if they can.
If you can. Some dogs, they can't let it go. Thank goodness that Dragon, being the type of dog that he is, he's a pit, and he's a happy-go-lucky guy, and he forgives. And I am so thankful for that. That kid should be very thankful for that too, because I've met dogs that have been severely abused, that if you were to do that to them, you wouldn't be walking away.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know you got to run soon, but Robert, we have a caller that's on the line that may want to talk about this as well. So you want to take that real quick here before we go to break? Let's go ahead and do that. 721-825-572 on Talk. Good morning. What's your name?
Hey, it's me, Fossa.
What up, girl?
Hey, Randy.
How's it going?
I'm great. How are you, Fossa?
Great. I'm listening to you guys talking about, how he is so forgiving. I mean, they really are. Their nature. It's incredible to me how accepting of even wrong behavior, and they'll still love you. It's just really, it's awesome. And I think that the way you turned that situation around, man, I got to give you kudos.
Yeah. Hey, I want Randy to tell us real quick about that other high-profile dog case that you just now have, and we don't have a lot of details that we can talk about.
We've got, we were called in to help assist on a rescue out of Wellington that was pulled from a home that had some signs of abuse. It's an ongoing pending case right now, but this dog had pitiful. That's what it makes me want to think of it. It's pitiful. She is so sweet. The look in her eyes is so soft. And wherever she was living with these people, I mean, they didn't care. This dog has got wounds and abrasions and burn marks. I mean, we had to have surgery on her leg. Her leg was left dislocated for a couple months.
Unbelievable.
So this dog is...
You were looking for help with funding on that. Have you guys had much success pulling from the public?
I can never say thank you enough to the followers that we have, because they are amazing. I mean, I've had people calling down to the vet and just putting money on the vet bills and reaching out to us with donations. Another group actually reached out to me yesterday that wants to sponsor another rescue here in town. I was going to help sponsor her getting fixed. And it's amazing. It is so amazing that the followers that we have, and they back us like this. So we're doing pretty good on donations. I think that we're going to be okay in the long run as long as nothing else surprises us on it. But that's always kind of a catch-22. You know, we could take a dog in and think we're looking at $1,000. Next thing you know, we're looking at $5,000.
Right.
And that happens.
Oh yeah, it does.
So
Heck yeah, it does.
and cruelty is such a wide variety. You know, we have that case. I have 2 other cases that came out of Oaklawn that we're dealing with. That they're about 7 years old. These dogs were covered. Their entire body is covered with sarcoptic mange, Demodex mange.
I am so glad you got them.
So I've got those
called
kids.
about them twice to animal control.
Good girl.
That is the saddest.
So you turn those. So you turn those guys in.
Fassa,
No,
you turn
I
them in?
did. Well, possibly. I mean, I just called about their condition.
Okay,
then
so
you turn them in, yeah.
So you helped solve it. Just like the day that I pulled up on that kid, somebody picking up a phone saying, "Hey, I've seen these dogs. I'm turning this in." That is how we're going to beat this.
I agree.
You know, I can't do it all by myself. I need more people calling in saying, "I see this and it's not right. I'm not standing for it."
Yep.
Those boys are amazing. I went in yesterday and they're actually healing. They both come up to the front of the kennel now. They both want to go outside and run.
We get to see we get to see those guys, don't we?
Yeah,
we're
going
to see them at night. That makes me so happy, Randy. Oh my God.
Thank you.
How can Randy, how can everybody get a hold of you? How can we find you? You've got a couple different opportunities.
Absolutely. You know, one of the easiest ways is definitely to call All Dogs Bark and Play, and that number for that location is 316-636-7433. You can leave a message there with any of my staff members, or if I'm there, I'd be glad to talk to you guys about anything like that. You can turn stuff into me too, because I have direct contact with animal control.
Sweet.
I can push a little bit harder. You know, I drive those guys crazy.
Good.
And that's part of my job, is to make sure that they're out there getting pushed a little bit harder.
Sure.
They have a hard job to do themselves, but we have got to gang up on these guys.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Very important.
If you see animal abuse, I mean, please, I mean, it's just like anything else. I mean, the thing that concerns me a lot of times, these are younger people. Not always, most of the time. And if they're willing to be so cruel to an animal, you might be careful, because you don't know what they're going to be willing to do to you.
You know, it's a proven fact that the psycho, you know, the psychopaths and things like that, that starts with animal abuse.
Right.
I mean, they start with animals, and then it escalates into
Works its way
children, or your wife, or even women. I mean, I have met dogs that are terrified of women, so that tells me flat out that it was a woman that abused them. This isn't just a man thing. It's not just men.
It's not just a man thing.
It's not just men that are capable of abuse. It's women as well.
Right.
And that's
and as society, we can't become numb to that and accept it.
No,
we have to stand up.
Absolutely.
These guys can't speak for themselves.
No, we have to be their voice, and it's just people. Even if only at home you own a rat, that's all right. Own your rat, love your rat, take
That's
care of your
right.
rat. I'm all right with that. I've had rats. I had 2 rats, Petey Pablo and Petunia. They were my rats.
Petunia the rat, I love it.
Petunia, hey Petunia, she did Petey Pablo wrong. I forgave her,
I'm
but
not even gonna lie. My sister had rats. I used to be so creeped out by them because their tail would wrap around her face, and she just loved it. You know, and I don't know, but you get attached to them just like any other pet. They have personalities, characters. You got to care for
absolutely.
them.
Hey, my kid kisses her bearded dragon.
Hey,
Nice.
that's a new one.
She kisses her beardy, and we can
So does
say
my
it.
son.
Yeah. And people are probably like, you let your kid kiss? I sure do. I want her to have compassion for these animals and to know that it's our job to take care of them, not to abuse them, not to discard them, not to throw them out like they're garbage.
I know, right? And there's one more way. Wait,
It's
Fassa.
so important that we wrap up. I mean, that we do this whole spay and neutering.
Oh, yeah.
Huge. And you know, Beauties has got some big things that we're going to be throwing out. I absolutely love my rescue that I'm affiliated.
Talk about that for a minute.
So it's Beauties and Beasts Rescue is what it is. We're a 501c3 state licensed rescue in Wichita. We are the babies in the rescue world, but we are already the biggest in the rescue world here in Wichita, which is great. I mean, we are growing at an alarming rate. I mean, it's insane. So if you want to volunteer for us, come chit chat. We'll get you a spot.
I like that.
I love it.
So we have got many things that are coming out this year. Many different programs, from schools to seniors to educational, even outside of schools. And then the big ones is going to be our spay neuter, because that's where it starts.
That's awesome.
I'd rather just rescue one dog than the one dog and our 15 puppies.
Right?
Trust me. Trust me.
I agree.
I love it. We got to take a break, Randy. I know you got to run, but thank you for what you do.
Absolutely.
Because I understand it. Even though I'm not a dog person myself, I understand that attachment. I understand that love. And even if you're not a dog person, you wouldn't even fathom doing something like that. So thank you for what you guys do.
Absolutely.
And that's fantastic.
And thanks for having me here. Thanks for letting me chat about it. And I'm going to get your address and drop off one of my dogs to you.
Hey, yes, there
I'm
we go.
definitely going to
There we
turn
go.
you. I don't believe in a non-dog person.
Well, here's
so.
my wife is
gonna be a dog person.
my wife is a huge dog person. She's been working on that for 5
I'll
years.
just get hold of her. I don't
there you go.
dropping the dog off. What's her name?
Oh yeah.
You already lost that one,
Absolutely.
Andy.
She's like, guess what? I'm coming home with a dog now.
Well, she's got my phone number now. Now shows who
That's
it
right.
calls.
There we go. Exactly.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. To Credit King Auto Sales, sponsor, and Robin Lace and all the wonderful guests in here. Tax season's right around the corner. It's a great time for you to plan on what are you going to do with your tax refund. Bad credit, no problem. Credit King Auto Sales, 3205 South Broadway Street. Go CreditKing.com because guess what? Nobody does it better than the King. 23 minutes past the hour. Let's go ahead and take a break. This is the Voice of Reason on KQAM.